guys, I'm so happy you guys are back here at the West Elmira Library, 7 o'clock on Thursday night, and we're going to get started with a little fun cooking. It's going to be short and sweet today. I want to plant a seed in your head so you'll get this idea going, you'll be thinking about it, and every time you might see a cucumber or hear about a cucumber, you'll think, oh, that thing I saw at the West Elmira Library, maybe I'll try it with my extra cucumbers, because I know it's early, but before you know it, there will be thousands of cucumbers and nobody knows what to do with them. Guess what? Here at the West Elmira Library, you're going to find out right now. First, I'm going to put my apron on, and like I said, I'm glad you're here, and what we're going to do today is something that's perfect for a super hot, humid day like today. We are going to make a chilled soup, gazpacho, and you can make this with your extra tomatoes. You can make it with a lot of little different things, but I love making it with all my extra cucumbers because I love cucumbers. And how much can you do with hundreds of cucumbers? You can make gazpacho. It makes a lot. However, I have found that people are more than happy to take the leftovers. So that's what we're gonna do. First, I'm going to take my scrunchie, which I've already used my lip roll, and pull my hair up. So we have no hair in our food. Perfect. Get my lint roll and we will be ready to go. There we are. Step back, front. Oh my goodness. It's amazing. Okay. Sanitize my hands. Got my cutting board. And as I said, we are going to make a chilled soup called cucumber gazpacho. So of course we have to start with a cucumber, which I have right here. I wanted to show you that these are English cucumbers. Now, I would never suggest this when we have cucumbers in season, because there is nothing like a cucumber in season. They're just phenomenal. The minute you start to peel them, you can smell them. They're so good. They're not that way right now, but like I said, I wanted to plant a seed. So I bought what they call English cucumbers. So these have more flavor, but still nothing like what we're gonna have towards the end of August. But I wanted to let you know something. Since we're all about our trusty tricks, these come, I swear, vacuum wrapped in this plastic. So you can fight with it, you can cut it, you can try a lot of different things. You're going to be breaking the skin of the cucumber no matter what you do anyhow. So I have found, as a trusty trick, just cut down it rather than try to peel this plastic off. Voila. Tons easier. So once you have your cucumbers, you are, my father told me, you are always supposed to start peeling from the end that came off the vine, which is going to be the end that looks kind of like a vine. If the vine's completely gone, the little tiny, it's not a hole, but it's like a little dot you'll see, that's going to be bigger than the dot on the other end, because this is the end that closed. So you just cut it a little off the end. With these, I cut in half so I can handle one. If you have just tiny cucumbers from your garden, which is hopefully what you will be doing, they might be the size of your hand already. Now, some people do use the skin. I wouldn't suggest it I never really have, except there is a lot of nutrition with the skin as potatoes and many other veggies and fruits. What I do is I leave a little in just one spot or two, just like a tiny little here and there. Not because I'm trying to be healthy. It adds color to the soup. It helps it to be green. Since we add bouillon, which is light, and we add sour cream, which is light, that helps. However, if you like avocado, you can add an avocado, and that will add the color green. However, gazpacho doesn't have to be green. Mine looks almost like a super light mint color, pastel, and it's absolutely delicious. So, as you can see, I just continue to peel, and just be careful, and a little bit more. Perfect. Then I had a couple already done, and I already made some to show you for our presentation. So my food processor has been used, but I wanted to show you it's not any big industrial food processor. Actually, it was very inexpensive and it's worked very well. I am taking like maybe an inch and a quarter size. Of course, if they were wider, you'd make them a little bit smaller. These food processors aren't meant to do huge amounts. It just ruins the blade, puts more wear and tear on the whole machine, and I think the battery or the little engine down here burns out quicker. So that's all I'm doing. Now, this we make with cucumber, chicken bouillon, and sour cream, and that's it. I have some spices, some fresh ground pepper, and a little white balsamic vinegar, or you could use white wine, and that's it. So I'm gonna pour a little chicken broth. I will tell you, however, you need some chicken broth for the juice to make it more of a soup texture, even though there is a lot of water in the cucumber. But I find that this chicken broth is just not as flavorful as using bouillon cubes. So I took, for about 8 cucumbers, about 4 bouillon cubes, put them in a teacup, put them in the microwave for a minute, and then just let them dissolve. And I added that along with a little of the bouillon. So to each his own, but we have to do something in here. So we'll just put a little in there so we can put our sour cream in. And you can put fresh onion and garlic, which will be very good. I am not using fresh because I do not prefer it, because I don't like how it makes my hands smell. But that is a preference. I will tell you another trusty trick though. If you use lemon juice afterwards, it's a pretty good cure. So, I don't use low-fat sour cream. This is the real stuff, but you don't need a lot. You can use plain Greek yogurt if you want to be even a little more healthier. So also a little lime juice just gives it a little tang. Now this is only 2 cucumbers, so I'd say for like a big bowl like we're going to do, such as this, I would say 8 to 10, depends on how many, but that doesn't fit in here, so we're just doing a little bit. I'll show you what about 9 actually makes. Move this aside. this is how it's going to, how I prefer to present it, in a pitcher. So we're also going to do the one we just did together. We're going to finish that. But this is fresh mint, which anyone can have fresh mint. Fresh mint grows anywhere, under any conditions. This stuff is serious stuff. And it's a good little garnish that we can do, and that doesn't want to come off very well. That's why I always have my kitchen scissors. And there's a little stem I don't want right there. And I would serve this, put this on the middle of the table. And then if you wanted more color, you could always put a little cherry tomato in there. I'm not gonna toss those because I think I can use them. Clean my space. And that's cucumber gazpacho. That's how we're going to present it. I can move that aside and show you. You should know how to run your food processor. Some people say they can't. You can. You just put this little thing on, push it until it clicks. You can pulse. I do both. And to me, I can tell because I've done this before, it's ready. I don't like mine to be completely fine. I like the cucumber and any little bit of seeds that have gone in there to put a tiny bit of texture in it. I like that. That would be something you would want to try on your own and figure out which way you like it. Because I know people that do not like it this way, and I, of course, love it this way. So I have a trusty paper plate over here. I'm going to take this off, hold the lid, blade, pour it in this bowl, and use my towel and another plate and set this aside. And then that's our base for our soup. Cucumber, sour cream. Now, bouillon, if you do the extra like I did, you want to be cautious with the salt. This particular one doesn't have it, so I'm going to add some sea salt and a little bit of the lime. A little of the white balsamic vinaigrette. To me, it's better than, like, I don't know, it just has something to it that white wine doesn't have for me, because this, like, almost has a salty bite to it. No, it's just vinegar. Garlic powder. If I were making this and I was making a batch that would fit into that pitcher, I would say probably 3 cloves of garlic, crushed, minced, whatever. But for this, a dash. And same with onion. I would do, say, finely diced half an onion. If it was a large medallion, if you had chives, they don't have as much. They're not as strong in flavor, so I would add more chives, but they would also help with color if you put them in your food processor. But for powder, that's my onion powder. I'm gonna mix it and add fresh ground pepper. Now, fresh ground pepper, you're not gonna wanna do about the way it looks, because you're gonna have a lot more powdered pepper in there than you think by looking at it. And you can accidentally ruin a whole entire batch of this because it's way too hot. So, I can't tell you how many times because it depends on what your pepper grinder is set at, what size your pepper grinder is, what size your peppercorns were. There's a lot of factors. So for this one, I just tend to just fly by the seat of my pants. It seems to work for me. That's, I think, perfect. Mix that in. And then I am going to taste it because I did not taste each cucumber. You have no idea. So we're going to see what this tastes like. I'm going to take actually this spoon and wipe it off. A trusty paper towel. Have my garbage can behind me. And I am just going to put a little bit, and I'm going to taste it. My gosh, it's absolutely perfect. Good job, you guys. See? No recipe, but oh my goodness, I wish you could be here right now to have some. If you were here right now, I would give you it in a little appetizer dish. This can be a full course meal, or it can be a nice little appetizer. Just like that. Wipe up my area. Move this aside. I have you at my house. I want it to be attractive and presentable. So I don't want that huge piece. I want a little bit smaller. So like this. Kind of push them in there, perfect. I would serve that with a piece of Italian bread. Actually, this is kind of French and Italian. It said French, but it's a little wide, I'd say. But I would make this. I'd probably serve my bread on a beautiful linen napkin, which I don't have right here. Just going to set it a little bit on there. Voila! That's it. That is a chilled cucumber soup. Like I said, you can do it with tomatoes, different things. Serve it with cheese if you'd like some protein, some prosciutto, maybe for some ham, a little salty bread. You can make a meal out of it by you could add fresh grapes to the side, whatever. It is a brilliant way to use all those awesome cucumbers that are coming very, very soon. I wanted to show you a cookbook. This is a small little cookbook for our small little lesson today, and it's on small amounts of food, tapas. This could be used as tapas. They usually do a larger presentation and then just put a little in. So you get the idea of just tasting tapas. Thank you very much, you guys, for coming. I hope you have a great week, and I hope that I can see you back here next week, West Elmira Library, 7 o'clock on Thursday evening. Bon voyage. Thanks, guys.